welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to review a brand new palette from Benefit. It is the Cheekathon Palette, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts about this palette and seeing swatches, then just keep on watching. This palette was released just in the past few weeks. It is available on the Benefit website and also on the Sephora website, and it retails for $58. So when you open it up, this is the packaging, and it also comes with a little pamphlet that tells you how to apply the different products in here. So the actual packaging of this product is awesome in my opinion. It's super user friendly. Has a mirror. It comes with a brush that is a decent size for contouring, and then it has the 4 blushes and the hoola bronzer in the center. And the absolute best part of this palette is that everything in here is full size, so for them to get 5 full size products in here with this sleek of a packaging, it is really awesome and really compact. With this palette being $58, you're actually getting 3 free products because each bronzer or blush costs $29 on its own, like one of those Benefit box blushes. So you're getting 2 of those, or you're paying for 2 of those, and then you're getting 3 additional ones. And before I swatch everything, I want to show you guys another Benefit palette I have in case you have it just as a comparison. And this is one of the holiday palettes. This is the holiday palette from 2014. I got it even like a couple months before I even started my channel, and the one that came out this past holiday, it's pretty much the same thing. So here's just a size comparison in case you have this palette or the one from this past year, just so you can see the differences. I want to say that these have about a third compared to how much you're getting in the full size product. I honestly don't use this palette too much just because I find the packaging a little bit obnoxious for how much product you're getting in here. And it isn't that much thicker compared to the Cheekathon palette, but just because this has so much less product compared to this, I feel like this is just like a little overwhelming and I never really reached for it. And this still feels really high end even though it is cardboard packaging because of the mirror. And I think they did a really nice job of compressing this down to as small as it could be for how much product is in here. So I really wanted to compare it to the holiday palette just in case you haven't, and also it made me realize how much packaging does matter for something that has like a bunch of different things in it. So for like an eyeshadow palette or something, like you usually use a bunch of the shades in the palette at one time. But with something like this, you maybe use like the hoola bronzer and then one of the blushes. You're not going to use like all of the blushes and the bronzer at the same time. So when it's something like that, it's like, is it worth it to get it? Am I going to use everything in here? Am I going to carry it around just if I only like 1 or 2 of the blushes? And I do think that the packaging makes this palette so practical compared to some other blush palettes or some other bronzer palettes. It is very sleek and user friendly, and it's something that I'm going to grab out of my makeup drawer compared to like this obnoxious tin that I have to open and chip and nail every time I open it. And I also kind of don't really like looking at the holiday packaging year round. I love this packaging because it is really feminine. It's pretty to have on your vanity. I am obsessed with these colors. Obviously, it kind of matches my whole vanity scheme, so I am a big fan of this. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all of the blushes and the bronzer in here. Alright, so these are all 5 shades, and these are pretty much how they swatch. If you were just to do one swipe with your finger, I didn't want to like ruin the palette and I didn't want to use too much, so you can get like a true swatch. And the first one is Dandelion. It's so hard to see, but it's a baby pink. That's just what it applies like. It's really nice if you have fair skin, but it also applies really nicely if you do have more of like light medium or medium skin tone. Next you have the color Hoola, which is the bronzer shade. It is a fairly light bronzer, so past like a medium skin tone it might not show up really well, but I really like this because it is more cool tone. It's really pretty for contouring. Next you have Rockachore, which is really pretty in this palette. It has a really nice design to it, and this is one of my all-time favorite blushes. It has this like kind of shimmer to it, and it also is mauve-y, and it has more of a brown undertone to it. So next you have Dallas, and that's the shade that I bought this palette for. It's a blush bronzer combined, so it's something that you can use for both or just use if you're only using one or the other. And I do that a lot, like if I only have like 5 minutes to do my makeup and I can only pick blush or bronzer, then that's why I wanted to get that, because that's something that's like really realistic to me. Then lastly you have Coralista, and this is what it's like swatched. It's more of an orangey color. It's not super orange either. It does have some pink mixed into it. This is one of my favorite blushes for summer. So overall, the consistency of these are really creamy and really pigmented. They don't apply chalky at all. They're super long wearing. And this has like a slightly perfumed scent, and I noticed that with this palette too, but more so with this one. And it is like a pretty scent to me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel like super fake, but it does have like this floral perfume scent to it. And when you apply it on your face, like your face smells like perfume. I don't know if that's like a plus or a minus for people, but I kind of like it. It's a pretty scent. So overall, I'm super impressed with this product. I'm really glad that I picked it up. I was kind of like guilty getting it considering I have 4 out of 5 of the shades in here, but I wanted Dallas for so long. I've wanted it for like 2 years. I just never bit the bullet and got it. And if you have like 1 or 2 of the box blushes, I definitely recommend getting these. These are my favorite shades from the Benefit blushes, and I'm one of those people, I go to Sephora and I just swatch blushes and I just make this like ongoing wish list in my head, and Dallas was one of those things. So I was finally able to get it, and just was worth it for me to get it in this palette and just have like the backups of the Hoola and the Coralista and things like that that I know I'll use with time. And one thing I really prefer with having the full-size products of everything is that whatever brush you use for your blush or your bronzer, they're gonna fit in here and they're gonna pick up the product evenly compared to having like this smaller sample size products that like you go to put in your brush, but it doesn't pick it up because the product is so small, so you kind of have to like manipulate it and it just ends up being kind of patchy. So like I said, I definitely recommend the Cheekathon palette, especially if you haven't tried anything from Benefit, but even if you have like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 like me of these products, it's something that you can invest in and just have as a backup, because I do think this is limited edition and it is an awesome value. So I definitely suggest picking it up while you can. So that's everything for this video. Please let me know if you're planning on picking up the Cheekathon palette in the comments below, or just what your favorite blush is from Benefit. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.